Welcome back. This week's poetic topic is autumn winds, or akikaze. Wind, in all its different forms, was one of the meteorological phenomena most associated with autumn in waka poetry. It brought coolness, or more than coolness, at the end of the day, and so hinted at the change in temperature to come with the season. And it also brushed over trees and other plants, making them rustle, and so rousing the poet's thoughts and emotions in various ways. As autumn was the last but one season of the year, it was also associated with the end of things, something which allowed the poets to give full rein to their melancholy, as you will see. Aki no yo no kinota no oto o kiku kara ni uchitsuke nare ya kaze zo uramuru. On an autumn night, the sound of cloth against a fulling block I hear, and so should I feel more at ease at that despicable wind? Akinaka starts his poem with the line Aki no yo no, which I've translated here as on an autumn night. But he's also playing with words, in that Aki, autumn, is homophonous with Aki, satiation, or the feeling of having had enough. He follows that with a reference to a kinuta, a fulling block. This was a hard block of stone against which wet clothing was beaten as part of the process of laundering it. But as a poetic sound effect, the word conjures up the image of a soft sound breaking the silence. So in this case, he's not actually listening to one of his servants doing the laundry, but hearing the wind suddenly when the night was otherwise quiet. His emotions are confused. He's lying there at night when his peace is disrupted by the wind. It's soft and familiar, so should it be comforting? No, he finally decides. He hates it for disturbing him. Omoe domo, ukikoto shigeki, akikaze wa, minishimu bakari, kanashikari keri. In my thoughts I dwell, yet with a lush crop of cruelty does the autumn wind pierce my breast, bringing simply sadness. Nakazane continues with the theme of the wind's maliciousness. He leaves it up to the reader's imagination as to what is so occupying his thoughts, but what else could it be but love? And the wind comes along and disturbs him. He uses the adjective shigeshi, meaning lush or fertile, in the second line of the poem, so we're given the wonderful image of cruel and unpleasant things, ukikoto, sprouting frantically like plants in the first rain after a drought, and only making his sorrow more acute. Wind could be a metaphor for people talking or gossiping, so the whole poem can be taken as a complaint about how miserable people's comments have made him feel. Akikite wa shinobi nae soto omoeba ya kaze o tozurete kure kakaru ran. With autumn's coming, no lovers' meetings would occur, or so I thought, but the wind comes visiting with the fall of twilight. Toshiyori lowers the emotional tone and speaks in the voice of a woman who is feeling sad that with the autumn and the worsening of the weather, her lover is not going to be coming to call. All she has to keep her company is the wind, gusting around her home. Iromie de minishimu kama, sugaru naku kohagi ga hara no aki no yukaze. Passion's secret hues do pierce my breast, stags belling from the fresh bush clover meadows carried on the autumn wind. Tadafusa's work builds on the theme of love and links the secret passions that his speaker is feeling with those of the stags, calling out from the meadows in search of a mate. Deer were closely associated with the season of autumn in waka poetry, and the old Japanese found the sound of their cries moving and strongly tinged with melancholy, and that's the mood of this poem. Makuzuhara momijo no iro no akatsuki ni uraganashikaru kaze no oto kana. The arrowroot meadows have turned to scarlet hues, and with the daybreak, how melancholy is the sound of wind. Kanemasa's poem continues to use the image of colour, iro, but here, instead of being a metaphor for passion, It's simply the changing colour of the arrowroot leaves, marking the shift of season and the approach of the end of the year. The wind, rustling the leaves, only makes it even more clear that the end of the year is approaching, and so magnifies the poet's sadness. Uraburete kasatsenu sode wa akikaze no tatsu ni tsukete zo mono wa kanashiki. Weighed down with sorrow, and with no sleeves to pile together, the autumn wind's first gust turns all to sadness. Higo raises the emotional intensity in her poem, with her reference to not having any sleeves to pile together. Lovers generally took off some of their heavy outer clothing, piled it together, and slept beneath it. Coverlets and such didn't become a standard part of bedwear until later on. So here, she means that she's having to sleep alone without company, either because her lover has left her for good, or because he can't make it that evening. The first gust of wind brings it all home to her, that she will be all alone that night. Arigato mo hito wa towane to akikaze no ogi no uwaba ni mazu zo to suru otozo. Is that how it is? Folk ask no questions, but the autumn wind, brushing o'er the fronds of silvergrass, is the first to spread rustling rumours. Finally, Daishin too expresses the frustrations at the end of an affair. The relationship is done, but people aren't yet gossiping about it and pointing fingers at her, either out of sympathy or out of maliciousness. She knows that's coming though, and the sound of the wind brushing over the grass fronds makes it all the more painfully clear to her. That's it for Autumn Wind. The next topic is the morning after Tanabata. See you then.